Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all appropriate, supervised ages, outside of the dilapidated Castle Grayskull, in front of the kind of out of breath because I'm an old man, Snake Mountain, in the Hobo Jungle, I bring to you another Reno McDallas review. Hey everybody, how are you? We're just going to go ahead and get started. I got a bunch of random stuff together. My buddy Angry Bat suggested this figure. If you aren't following the Angry Bat on Instagram, you should. I don't know if he's on anything else, but I just warn you that he's a vegan and he will beat you to death if you talk about meat. No, I'm just kidding. He's not like that. He's one of the few vegans that doesn't constantly beat you over the head about it, so that's good. Doesn't have that moral authority to hold over you. He won't do it. He does because he's a good guy, but he wouldn't do it. So, as you can see, we have a rubber chicken here. You know, there's been a lot of rubber chickens lately in my toy accessories. A lot of the Svengoolies come with those. I went ahead and opened this earlier. At least took him out for some animation. Oops. Because I really like Joe. I tease my wife. I know that it's DJO for Joe, right? But and it's making fun of, how the Django's like the D is silent. But I think that's how he sounds. I don't know. I'm guessing. That's how I sound if I was like Reno and it was the R Asylum, But anyway, there he is. As you can see, Steve is looking very handsome. Very Stevie. There we go. Very nice. We'll go ahead and free his van in just a second. Okay, here's the squawk van. Got your rotating radar dish. Got your back doors. Alright, we'll go ahead and open up and see what it looks like. Alright, so as you can see, the squawk van has a normal van door. Just opens right up there. Got back doors that are wide open. You don't even have to knock. Go ahead and fold that up since we're opening this. Pops right open. There's no thing up here to crank it or nothing. And then it has on the inside here, has straps to tie you down by for good times. Different boom boxes and radios and tools. There you go. That's how you can see in there. Okay. So we'll look at it with Steve here. So yeah, there's Steve for scale for what it's supposed to come with. All right, now let's have Shipwreck here. Go get him here. We'll look next to him here. Hey, how you doing? You mind if I drive your van? Let's see. Or you can ride, it's whatever. Yeah, they don't fit great up in there. Okay. Put Steve in the driver's seat. Okay, there we go. And every fellowship needs a dwarf, so let's see how he fits in there. Oh yeah, just nice. You can tie him down if you need. He'd be down with it. Dwarves, you never can tell. But yeah, if you're into, it's good for your G.I. Joe scale. I've seen some people repaint them into Punisher vans or different stuff like that. I did an AI where I had it repainted in Jurassic Park colors and headed out Jurassic Park. But yeah, that's pretty cool if you're into Stranger Things or just need a set in G.I. Joe scale to fart around with for customizing. Right now, Walmart, they're cheaper than they are online. Oh, but I guess the more important part here is, how's Danhausen look next to it? Yes, there we go. Now, as you guys know, since Danhausen doesn't have have an O-ring, he can't bend over like that and fit in the thing. So he gets to right up top, and he will right off screen with these guys. You guys ready? Very nice, very evil, and I'm so happy Danhausen is in WWE. Good place for him. Okay. And he fell off the roof. All right. Well, let's just go on to some more Marvel stuff. You're like, more Marvel stuff? Yeah. Well, in the spirit of things. So, I got one of these on clearance. I've got my old giant thing from Toy Biz, and I figured, hey, why not get this one too, right? So it should just pop right out. Yeah, give me just a second here. Alrighty, so here is my original. I think either Dad got that for me or Mom did. I mean, either one of them would. Dad always bought me comic book stuff, and then Mom was a big Fantastic Four fan. She grew up reading it, so that's part of why I was in comic books at such a young age. Actually, was because of her, not my dad. Isn't that interesting? So there is that thing from Toy Biz. Okay, and now here is the Titan Hero version. You know, as you can see, it's just different. It's more it's modeled after the new movie, and not nearly as big. And of course, this one isn't. They always just seem hollow to me. But you've seen my other episodes of different Titan Heroes. But yeah, it's a pretty cool figure, and I'll be happy to sit it with my other giant thing. So there they are together. If you want to see them, and if you want to see them together, well, that's on the OnlyFans. And I'll have the link posted below or something. But all right. So back to Marvel. I've got the Abomination. Oh, he's so scary. Mean guy. Look at that. Here's his stuff. You can read if you can read. If you can't, pretend. Okay, so Mr. Blonsky here, he's got a angry face. Ooh, so angry. Probably angry because this thing was his hemorrhoid. Oh, God almighty. Actually, I kind of think that's probably what my cancer looked like. Anyway, and then this is the head I went with. The smiling, happy, sinister grin of the Abomination. There's his toes. Very nice. Nice dew claw there, buddy. It's not a dew claw, it's a talon like the velociraptors, don't you know? And he has back hair, just like me. Mine's actually over here, though. I don't have any here. I just have it in 2 patches. Where my angel wings would go. Actually, my buddy did say that to me. And I don't think he was being funny. I think he was serious. Serious about my back hair. Just as everybody should be. Alright. Managed to score this on sale. Of course, you know, don't really care that much about the Thanos. You know what I'm here for. The same thing you are. Alright, so Thanos has some hidden cake in there somewhere. Alright. He comes with 2 fists, and then, of course, he has the snap hand. There you go. Oh, snap them fingers. Alright, anyway. There he is. This is a really interesting feeling bit of plastic. Just really smooth. I've grabbed it out of the package, like, that's kind of smooth in those spots. Weird. But anyway, yeah, that's a really good Thanos and good representation from the Vidya. So if you don't have a Thanos and you don't really care one way or the other, kind of like me, it's like, oh, I'd like to have one, but, you know, that's a good one for you. Hello, I see you. Yeah, there's the butterfly eye kinetic effect. Zoom in properly, please. Hello. 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 All right, here's some of her psionic attacks. Into the accessory bin they go. There are her extra hands, and into the accessory bin they go. And since I know you're all fans of extra heads, this is her angry flowing hair. Now, most of you that are watching this know that, you know, she was in the X-Men, all that, right? Well, and then probably there's a few of you watching this out here saw Psylocke in there and was like, hey, isn't that girl from Marvel Legends that I always pick? Yes, it probably is the one that you always pick. Alright, so let's keep on the kind of Capcom phase, right? Yeah, we can go to that. Alright, we got the Akuma. Akuma Matata. Ouch. Alrighty, and so we've got a little bit of head for you right here. This is the Inconvenienced Day Akuma. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, well. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just really having a hard time focusing. If I didn't have stupid income tax to pay in, because apparently they tax your disability, part-time disability, or even just real disability as income, which, you know, I mean, kind of sucks because I'm just laying there laid up, but it counts as income, so they tax it. But yeah, I was gonna buy a nice digital camera that does, you know, so I could record and do better toy photography for the AI videos and just in general. There's your Akuma cake, but was not meant to be. But hey, it's whatever. Good news is I didn't have to pay in this year nearly as much as I did last year. So, oh, there we go. There we are. What do you think, everybody? Oh, and this does unbuckle, but no, well, I don't know why you would. I guess if you want to see his titties, but again, I'm trying to push the action figure only fans. So if you're really into that, speaking of naughty things, I went to that AliExpress and I saw this for $13. So I purchased it. The problem is, and I'll show you what it is in a minute, but anyway, here we go. Have a look. See, this is really cool. There we go. There is all of Earthworm Jim's accessories. I love you, Doug. I know you don't watch, but I love you, Doug. Alright, so we're going to start out with the hand accessories here. We got a ass-slapping hand there. Very nice. I know I love to slap some asses, especially Princess What's-Her-Face name, whatever. I'm so old I don't actually remember the real name. That's not good, right? Okay, so this is one of the extra heads, and I want to show you something. This is why he was on AliExpress. The head was broken in half. One of the spare ones. So I guess I'll just pitch that. No need to keep it, right? I got enough accessories. All right, and speaking of more accessories, here we go. We have a backpack with snots launching out of it. So very nice. Yeah, it just tastes like plastic. It's kind of hoping it would taste like fresh booger. You know what I mean? No? You don't like that joke? I'm sorry. Well, here he is. Here's Snots. Here we go. Very nice. All right, and now we're going to... Oh, and I have one extra fist. So if anybody needs fisted, there it is. It's in the accessory bin. Help yourself. All right, so here's Jim. Now, I had to Dremel to get that thing to even go in there. Because, like I said, this is obviously, you know, a factory reject or something. But, so I Dremeled that in there, used some epoxy, got his head stuck in there real good. But anyway, yeah, this is a pretty good figure. Here's your cake. Give me just a minute. I'll be back. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I had some family stuff to take care of. All right. So, yeah. So everybody's got a nice butt. Great job there, Tenmu. Or not Tenmu, AliExpress. But anyway, he's probably going to explode. But it's time to see if any of these action figures can break down the door to Castle Grayskull. Groovy! No, okay, well, there we go. Akuma, Matata. Already made that joke. All right, Snots. Oh, the Abomination. Nope, but he did hit Maestro. Maestro. Monistro. Go snap them fingers. Snappity snap. I probably shouldn't tell that story on Instagram, or on my action figure review. I about told a tale there. I'm not going to, though. But speaking of tales... There we go. Oh, no dice. And, so anyway, guys, you know, be good to yourselves. Reach out to your loved ones that you haven't seen in a while, or buddies, just say, hey, I know text works both ways, but sometimes you got to be the way. So anyway, be good to yourselves. And remember, free the figs.